Rockford University welcomes a professor of history and Latino studies from Northwestern University for a lecture as a part of RU's Forum series tomorrow night. Joining us is Catherine Forsland, a professor and curator of the Forum series at Rockford University. Catherine, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting things off here, could you really tell us about that lecture that's coming to Rockford University tomorrow night on campus?
Sure. The title is Latino History and the Future of the United States. And Professor Cadava has written me about it. And he says that the headline is that Latinos are a growing and important influence on U.S. history, culture, and politics. 20% of the U.S. population today, as many as 65 million people, are in that category. Many different languages, many different nationalities, and now spread all across the United States, not just in major cities like Chicago and other areas. So it's an incredibly interesting time to be thinking and learning about Latinos because of the ways in which they are changing. They're growing third and fourth generation families. There's a large young population, and there are increasingly diverse political views among Latinos. So it's interesting to think about them right now because of all the political action, the executive orders on the border and immigration. And it really remains to be seen how Latino communities are going to respond in a political sense, that is. And it's also interesting to think of Latinos because of the upcoming celebrations of the 250th anniversary of the United States and having them recognized in that history. He argues that Latinos have always been colonizers and colonized and shouldn't be seen as victims of empire and racial discrimination. And that's a lot of what his book is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And then could you tell us, I know you mentioned that Dr. Cadava is going to be the one who's doing this, lecture tomorrow night. Could you tell us a little bit about him and his career path?
Sure. Well, he's a professor of history and Latina and Latino studies at Northwestern University, as you said. He has his PhD from Yale. He's basically a U.S. historian, but he focuses on Latinos in the United States. He's written multiple books, including his most recent book, The Hispanic Republican: The Shaping of an American Political Identity from Nixon to Trump, that came out in 2020. And he's currently working on a book tentatively titled 1,000 Bridges, which covers a 500-year history of Latinos in America. And that's supposed to come out next year. So he'll probably have an update on that tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly some awesome stuff and an exciting event that's coming up here tomorrow night at Rockford University. But that is all the time that we have for our interview today. Catherine, thank you so much again for coming on to the show.